Conditions in Spanish, we commonly use the verbs hacer, which means to make or to do, estar, to be, and the verb form hay, which means there is or there are. Talking about the weather is fun and easy once you understand how it works in Spanish. Let's give it a go.
El concepto.
The verb hacer, when speaking of the weather, it literally means to make. We use the verb hacer, conjugated in the third person singular, hace, to describe weather conditions. If I say, hace frío, I would literally be saying in English, it makes cold. Hace means it makes, and frío means cold. In other words, it's cold. Let's see some more examples. It's hot.
Hace calor.
It's cold.
Hace frío.
It's cool.
Hace fresco.
It's windy.
Hace viento.
The weather's nice.
Hace buen tiempo.
The weather's bad.
Hace mal tiempo.
The verb estar can also be used to describe certain weather conditions, and it's used in the third person singular along with an adjective. Let's see a few examples. It's sunny.
Está soleado.
It's cloudy.
Está nublado.
It's rainy.
Está lluvioso.
It's snowy.
Está nevado.
It's frozen.
Está congelado.
I means there is or there are, and is a form of the verb haber. I is also used to commonly describe certain weather conditions. For example, hay neblina is translated as there is fog, or more accurately, it's foggy. Let's see a few examples. It's foggy.
Hay neblina.
It's humid.
Hay humedad.
It's drizzling.
Hay llovizna.
It's hailing.
Hay granizo.
There's lightning.
Hay relámpagos.
El vocabulario.
Weather nouns. Weather,
El clima.
or
El tiempo. El clima. El tiempo.
hot,
El calor. El calor.
cold,
El frío. El frío.
rain,
La lluvia. La lluvia.
snow,
La nieve. La nieve.
wind,
El viento. El viento.
sun,
El sol. El sol.
Fog.
La neblina. La neblina.
Humidity.
La humedad. La humedad.
Weather adjectives. Cool.
Fresco. Fresco.
Sunny.
Soleado. Soleado.
Cloudy.
Nublado. Nublado.
Rainy.
Lluvioso. Lluvioso.
Snowy.
Nevado. Nevado.
Frozen.
Congelado. Congelado.
La práctica.
Here are some common ways to ask about the weather. What's the weather like?
¿Qué clima hace? ¿Qué tiempo hace?
How's the weather?
¿Cómo está el clima? ¿Cómo está el tiempo?
Let's look at our weather expressions from the verb hacer.
Hace calor. Hace frío. Hace fresco.
Great! Next, let's practice our weather expressions from the verb estar.
Está nublado. Está soleado. Está lluvioso. Está nevado.
Now let's practice our weather expressions from the verb form hay.
Hay neblina. Hay humedad. Hay relámpagos. Hay granizo.
Wizard Hot Seat.
This time, your job will be to translate the expression I say in English into Spanish. Let's start our dynamic practice session with our weather expressions using the verb hacer. It's hot.
Hace calor.
It's windy.
Hace viento.
It's cold.
Hace frío.
It's a nice day.
Hace buen tiempo.
It's not a nice day.
Hace mal tiempo.
This time, let's practice our weather expressions from the verb estar. It's cloudy.
Está nublado.
It's sunny.
Está soleado.
It's snowy.
Está nevado.
It's frozen.
Está congelado.
For our next dynamic practice session, let's practice our weather expressions from the verb form I. It's humid.
Hay humedad.
It's hailing.
Hay granizo.
It's drizzling.
Hay llovizna.
La conclusión.
In this lesson, we looked at some common weather expressions in Spanish. As we saw, the most common weather expressions come from the verbs hacer, estar, and the verb form I. An important point to remember is that when talking about the weather, we always use the third person singular of each of these verbs.
Hace. Está.
And
Hay.
that's all for this lesson. Let's move on.